I had an uncle who was very...
Okay. This is salad bar beef. Ain't it pretty?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so if you look at herbivores throughout nature, you see three principles. Wildebeest on the Serengeti, American bison, caribou, moose, Cape buffalo in Botswana, whatever. Three principles. One is they're always moving. I think there's no spark here. So don't worry about your kids touching it or... Yeah, no, it's okay. Daniel has it. He knew we were coming, so he just left the spark on. So you're welcome to touch it or go under it or whatever. They're always moving. They don't stay in the same place. They're following seasonal grazing patterns. They're moving away from yesterday's lounge area because of the fly hatch, but they're moving onto fresh ground. The second thing is they're always mobbed up. They're not all spread out all over the Serengeti, are they? They're mobbed up. Can anybody tell me why they're mobbed up? Predators, sure, because the camera pans around to the bushes. There's a lion, a panther, you know, something over there. Okay, and so that predation keeps them mobbed up. The mobbing up does a couple of things. It makes them graze very aggressively because in order to eat, they instinctively learn, you know, if I don't eat this now, there's a million wildebeest behind me that are going to eat that in the next 30 minutes, so I better eat it right now. So what that does is it makes them graze less selectively. Cows that are on a continuous grazed field where they're not mob stocked become extremely picky, lethargic grazers. It'd be equivalent to you and I if we just lived in a salad bar buffet all day. You know, we would become extremely undisciplined eaters. Okay, and so that's the way. So in nature, when they're mobbed up like this, they actually have to learn to eat less selectively and aggressively. They eat everything. Weeds, brambles, briars, grass, forbs, legumes, the whole, everything. And you notice how evenly grazed the field is, you know, behind where they've been. Okay, and the third thing is, so we've got moving, mobbing, mowing. Some of you heard this before. Thank you. Mowing. They're mowing. They're not eating dead cows. Like the U.S. told us was our new science-based. Don't you think it's amazing that the very agency that told farmers like me for 40 years, if you want to be really hip, chic, and scientific, you'll feed dead cows to cows, is now trying to position itself as the repository of food safety. Not so. Okay. You know, whose science? That's the question. Whose science? You know, what agenda? All right. So they're eating grass. They're mowing. They're eating forage. Nobody is bringing them in silage or grain or dead cows or chicken manure or dead chickens like we're still feeding right here in my neighborhood. You've got your, you know, manure, your Tyson chicken house here to generate manure, so you can add it about 50-50 with corn silage and feed the cow. And that's what we feed cows. Cows are eating forage in nature. Herbivores eat forage. So moving, mobbing, mowing. So we take that idea, that pattern, that template, if you will, and we take that pattern and we set it down in a commercial domestic production model and say, how can we most closely approximate this same pattern? That's all this is. This is not new. This is historic. This is wise traditions.